So I'm giving you guys a video on different types of tile, okay? And I tried my best to find like miniature versions of what the actual one would look like in a different product. So I'm going to start with, two basic materials. So I'm showing you the underside of these tiles. So this is primarily what porcelain is going to look like in color, okay? And then this is primarily what ceramic is going to look like in color. And regardless if it's a dinner plate or it's house tile, ceramic is more porous, right? So I remember from the good old crate and barrel days, okay, we did have to tell customers the dangers or the downsides of using ceramic dinner plates, because after a while and you use them in the microwave, you start seeing the gloss start to crackle. You get this crackle finish, which can ultimately lead in the plate breaking, altogether. So they call that grazing. So because you don't want that to happen to your house tile in hot areas of the country, like Florida, for instance, you would try not to use a ceramic tile on the outside. You want to use something that is rated for outdoor use, and you also want to make sure that it's porcelain, aside from it being rated for outdoor use. Sorry, picking up the wrong thing. So you're going to want to make sure that it's porcelain. So keep in mind, as a little side note, that ceramic can sometimes not necessarily be red like this. Sometimes ceramic can look close to this, and that's considered white body ceramic. So nonetheless, it is still ceramic, and it is not as dense as a porcelain tile is going to be. I also recommend to people that house flip, rental property owners, people that are looking to sell in the near future, that type of thing. And, and that's something to keep in mind if you're a person that is shopping for a house that's been like rehabbed. Be aware you may need to redo your bathroom soon after, because you do not know the quality of tile and the quality of product that was used for your quick sale to happen, right? So, porcelain tile is better. It's more dense. It has been baked longer. It is a stronger product. Ideally, you would see this kind of product in commercial settings. So hospital bathrooms, showrooms, retail stores, if they don't have linoleum or something like that, or poured concrete, more than likely, if they're like a nice store, they're going to have porcelain tile inside. So porcelain is stronger. The other thing that I want to talk about with that is a lot of porcelain and some of the some ceramics, they are coming with rectified edges. If you look on the signage in the store, or if your installer tells you, based on what you asked them for, he says, okay, you have to get like a rectified tile. There's reasons for that, okay? Rectified and pressed. This is considered a pressed tile, all right? And so this has rounded edges. So a rounded edge tile is going to be a little bit more forgiving to a novice installer, where there's going to be like less, it's going to be less dangerous for the inhabitants. Okay, a rectified tile is straight 90-degree angles. Most marbles and natural stones are cut and it's rectified because it is cut. It is hewn from natural product, natural resources, and this is formed, okay? So, like marble, a rectified porcelain, as long as it is really a rectified tile, you see that? You can set it really, really close, but with like almost a non-existent grout line, right? So now we're in 2019. As little grout line as possible is like all the rage, right? We're slabbing out. We're like continuing countertops up the walls. We're doing all that other kind of stuff, right? Nobody wants to see grout lines anymore. All that subway tile is like out the window unless you're trying to like bring in some kind of like vintage inspired, right? So if it's a porcelain tile and it is rectified, that means that you can have an almost non-existent grout line. Okay, so your installer can put like a super, super, super tight, grout line. You don't want your grout lines to look really, really wide. If in the case that you are using something like a pebble stone, or your installer is however, he convinced you that you need a wide grout line, then I think Mapei, the company Mapei, they carry an FA grout where it's ideal for like large gaps between tile. And that particular grout, it sets quickly, so they got to clean as they go along, right? So this is just like a little side note information for you, the homeowner, so you can be as knowledgeable as possible. So when you see ratchetness happening in your home, people are like, hey, because if you're not hiring me to come out and project manage for you, then you need to project manage for yourself. And you don't want to, spend the time investing looking at a mosaic and think you're going to mosaic out this whole entire wall of your bathroom. And then you're like, oh, God, it doesn't look good. Why does it look like that? Why is it so hazy? It looks dirty. That's because your installer don't know what he's doing with his stuff, his material. So a lot of grout product that needs to be cleaned as, a section. Once they do about like 2, 3, 4 square feet, they need to be going back and cleaning. Then they do, 3, 4 more square feet, they need to go back and clean. They need to clean as they go along when you have fast setting grout, okay? So, back to rectified and press tile, you want to make sure that you know what it means when you go into the store, or if you hear the contractor try to talk circles around you. I think I'm going to end up doing a whole video about the type of falling outs I've had with contractors. Like, I don't know why customers come into the store or come into a place with their contractor when you're coming to meet with a design consultant. Don't bring the contractor. He's not the designer. He's a laborer. He's the installer. If they don't like the word laborer, he's the installer. And all the same, him being the installer / laborer, his work is so important, right? Because I'm not going to be on my hands and knees installing your tile for you. So, like, his work is important. But, what's important is, like, good communication and him not just, trying to do his own thing. And then you end up with an awful kitchen, and it's like $1 million condo. That's awful. I've seen that. I've been in high-end condos, and customers have, like, fabulous, like, Carrera tumbled pebble stone mosaic in the kitchen, and there is not even a trim. Contractor didn't bother to, like, get a piece of tile to trim the edge. He didn't even bother trying to, like, face it off with a piece of metal stripping, nothing. So then it looks like real, like, local and awful and, ratchet and local. That's a Guyanese word. Anyway, this is a wall tile, but all the same, this is a Spanish-made porcelain, okay? But this is to represent plank. Plank is a product that's either made out of ceramic or porcelain. And it looks like wood. It's fantastic. I think it is the best thing. It is not going to date itself in the near future. So, some customers are like wood snobs. They're like, oh, I don't want to use fake wood. They'll say something like that. I'm like, yeah, okay, but you want to use laminate. Whatever. To each his own. So, so we talked about rectified, pressed, that marble and some porcelains and some ceramics are rectified. And then we talked about plank. Plank is fantastic. He's in commercial, residential, all those kind of settings, okay? All right. Have a good one, guys. It's Shamrondi from Providence Design. Have a blessed one.